Hey everybody, my name is Angie Murenga. You're watching Just Angie. It's another lovely Thursday. I'm here with my guest Dorcas Njenga, and I think today we want to talk about church and serving in the church and how that unlocks different things, because we're in the season of December, the season of we're approaching the Christmas season, and really it's all about serving. So I really wanted us to have a conversation about that. And the last time you came, Dorcas, we didn't maybe let you introduce yourself, what you do and how you do it.
Okay. I'm Dorcas. I'm an interior designer by profession and also a counselor, specializing with children. And I'm also a worshipper, and I serve in church.
You serve in church. How did your journey start in serving in church?
Wow, quite interesting. And it started at a young age. My dad was a pastor.
Yes, a bishop.
So anywhere he would go to minister, would accompany him and sing. So that was how we started.
He would take you.
He would take us with him, and just before the word, he would ask us to sing.
Wow.
And my siblings and I would sing and we'd worship God, and that's how it started. Went on, and in primary school, joined the choir, and in high school as well. Then later in life, after bringing up the children, I went back to serve.
To serve in church?
To serve in church.
And in
as
worship?
A worship. Yes,
Wow.
in worship.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it gives you a lot of joy, because I can feel it's very deep. Number one, I think it's important that we train up our children in the way that they should go, so that they will not depart from it. So thank God for Dad bringing you into moments of worship and showing you how to be in that moment, because I feel like it gives you the permission to be.
Yes.
It gives you now the permission to keep going, and then you can do it, because that's such an amazing foundation to start with serving and worshiping from that young age, before he brings the word, which is when even worship is so important, because you open the atmosphere of heaven.
Yes.
That's amazing. I'm so glad. So in terms of parents, and we're talking to parents out there, teach your children and bring them into spaces where they can begin to interact with God from an early age. And I'm sure it wasn't a choice. Us were not brought up in the choice generation. It was everyone is going to sing.
It was
and you
by
sing.
force.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
By force
By
helps.
force, by fire.
By fire, by fire.
Yes.
We are here because
but
of
it
that.
has made
By
us
fire, by
what
fire.
we are now.
Yeah, it's important. So serving in church, how do you think that has impacted on your life? What is the strength of that? Because I also see your children now also serving.
Serving has really opened doors. I must say, there is what happens as you serve God, as you're in His house, as you're serving Him. There are fruits, there are benefits of service, and many times. I, being one of them, was a backbencher for some time. Yes, because the excuse I gave is that I'm bringing up the children. And gave it that time, definitely. But there's a time that reaches, and you feel in your heart that you want to give more. You want to serve God. There's something that you want to do other than just sit and be fed. So that is one of the things. I always loved worshiping God, and that's what drew me to the worship ministry, where I still serve. And one of the things that I have seen out of my service and dedication, going for practices on Saturday, being in concerts, it has impacted on my kids, in that they know that, Mom, you're going to serve. Mom is in this. It has also taught them patience, because they have to wait for me at the end of the service, to come home. And they have also slowly started serving, because my older daughter, Sifa, she joined the ushering team just after she finished Form 4. And it was her choice. I thought she would join me in worship, but she chose to do the ushering. And she felt she wanted to serve God in ushering, as she thinks where else to serve God. The Pendo, my little one, is a dancer, and she also worships, and she's also active in the church. And I see that coming in very strongly, because they have seen what we have been deliberate doing with my husband Njenga, and the devotions we have in the evening at home. So that also has also, you know, given them a foundation and given them their own values.
And you know, I feel like it centers the child and it centers around our values, because I think sometimes we talk about our values, but we don't express our values. So when you talk about your values, you know the values that you have, and then they're acted out and lived out, you know, in your actual life, in the reality of life. That's important, you know. And I'm sure, like, even maybe Sifa, I'm not sure, but I'm sure she wanted to serve in the place where she could express herself, you know, be her own self. So mom is already in worship, so I'm going to serve in ushering. But and you can see it's trickled down. And you know, when I interact with your children and many children of the people within the ministry, I love to see good manners. So like the other day, I told her, let me go and say hi to mom. Hey, Sifa. She's like, no, Pastor, sit there. And then she said, no, she will come to you. You know, even the authority which she said, I was like, hey. So she's learned, she's seen from you, she's seen you make certain sacrifice, she's seen you honor people, she's seen what you value. So she wouldn't let me get up to come and greet you. She told me, I will get mom to come here. So even small things that we don't think we are giving them strength and structure for life, we are, you know, you're giving them the ability to relate with people, because honor then, you see, it's just serving, but it has also bred honor in your daughter, it has bred, she knows mom's values, and she values what mom values. She knows God's values, and she's learned to value those values. And then I guess even when she's ushering, she's interacting with different people, so it's growing her as a person as well. So I love serving. And sometimes, Dorcas, we sound, I don't know, sometimes people say we just speak spirit things, but when you say God has opened doors, do you have like a practical example of what you'd like to share of how God has opened doors through serving?
I remember before I decided that I'll now fully serve, every year, for almost 3 years, I was in hospital, either having surgery or one thing or the other. And I said, no, I can't always be in hospital. Why? And I realized life is so short. If, you know, every time I was wheeled into theater, I would say, what if I don't come out?
Because that thought always happens, especially when you're older. I mean, older, you just think when you're going in there, what if I don't come out? And it's such a horrible process, Kwanzaa.
It is horrible.
I hate the way they wheel you through the corridors. The lift, the what? You have a lot of time
and
to
the
think.
lights.
And the lights.
And you think this is the time now.
Out of here now, you repent everything, you say, Jesus.
So that realization,
really,
I realized, what have I done for God? How have I served God?
Wow.
And you see, I could see my father, I could see my mom, how they've served God, passionately sacrificed. And I said, no, I have to serve God. So that's how come I decided to join the worship team. But other than that, I serve God in many other areas. You know, compassion. You know, ministry
it's a gift.
I love reaching out. I love reaching out, and where I'm able to, I do that. And I've seen it open doors in many areas. In that self-fulfillment, I feel fulfilled. Yes, I feel so fulfilled anytime I reach out. You know, yesterday I was visiting a girl in ICU at Aga Khan, and just praying over her and comforting the father. And at the end of the day, I know that is ministry. That is community.
And you know, sometimes you need that. You know, when I think being sick is it's not a nice thing.
It's not a nice
and you really need the right people around you at that time. And let's say you come even from a family of people who don't pray or don't believe in God. That's the moment that you need that touch. You know, there's always a place where I always say that, and I think as human beings we shouldn't get there, but there's a place where it is only God who can save you. You can get to a place in life where surely from here, everyone knows, even yourself, you know, it is only God. So I love that. And you're a very compassionate person, you know, and you really are. It's amazing. And you know, it's a gift. It's a gift and a grace. So everyone has their gift and their graces. Yours is to always, you have compassion for the sick. You will visit the prison. You will pray. If somebody has a calamity, like the other day when your friend lost her dad, you'll be there 24/7. You know, and that is important. That's a gift, and that's not for everyone. Although we should try. We should really try to show compassion. And every time when I'm going through something and maybe I'm busy and I know I have to show compassion, I'll always hear a voice tell me, what if it was you? And that would what would drive me to go, because I'm like, what if you were in this situation? How would you want to be treated in this situation? Who would you want to come and visit you and comfort you and talk to you and pray for you? It's very, very important. It really is. And being sick. So since you started serving, so did you feel like have you been to more surgeries and all those things?
I have not been to hospital ever again.
Can you imagine?
I have not been to hospital ever again.
So
now I find myself reaching out to people who are in hospital, who are in hospital, people who are sick, people who are not feeling well, people who feel discouraged. You know, I find myself now reaching out, and I can feel their pain. I can feel what, you know, even visit someone, I know how it feels after surgery. I know how it feels when you really want to be discharged and the doctor still keeps you there. And it's service is not only in the church.
Yes.
You can serve in your workplace. That's an opportunity, a platform to serve, to reach out. Maybe all you do is just sit and listen to a friend who's going through something. That is ministry in itself. You have reached out. That is service. Maybe you bought someone lunch. You never know what that person has been going through, but that has ministered to them, or it has touched them in one way or the other. So service is in different forms and in different ways.
That's amazing. Yeah. And you know, whenever you share a problem, it's like it's halved immediately.
Yes.
It's like immediately you just sharing a problem, just having somebody to listen to what I am saying or what I am feeling or what I am going through.
Yes.
Very, very, very important. I really love that. I love that you can serve in different ways,
in
you know?
Different
ways.
Yeah.
Just offering compassion to people, looking around you, meeting the needs. You know, even sometimes, like even I'm standing in the supermarket and you see somebody's trying to shop for something, but they're really counting their money, and then maybe I have it in my pocket. I just pay for their shopping. And there's no worship after that. I don't need their contact. They don't need mine. I just say thank you. And they always come, Mungu akubariki hata wewe akubariki. You know, just trying to, I feel like easing people's burdens. Yeah, meeting them where they are, so you can look around you and see how is it that I can serve. And there's a humility that is breathed in, I think, in serving as well. It keeps you humble, because sometimes when we get successful, we can tend, and it's very human. You tend to forget maybe where you came from, and you tend to forget that it is God who has given you what He has given you, and He can give it to somebody else. You know, so just have compassion on how you would feel if the shoe was on the other foot, so to speak. You know, so just find ways to serve people. You know, I mean, I think even like even some people, even like something good, like sometimes when we have you have a busy concert or a busy event, I'll always ask people, please make sure this person has eaten. Make sure you just take them food. So you just cook food and you take it. That's, you've served that person, because you've looked at their need and seen where can I meet them at their point of need, and you just go out of your way to do it. So I think in this, as we come, this is also entering the Christmas season. We need to find ways to serve people. You know, I'm just remember even now. There's a time I went, I think even to a children's home. I washed their clothes. You know the things I've done. I washed their clothes. You know, dried them. Things that I would not normally do. But I was just feeling we need to serve these kids. Take them to the salon, have their hair done. You know, the other day I don't know why I was thinking. Sometimes I have these dramaful moments. But I was thinking, imagine. I was feeling that day that I'm not going to be afraid of the street children or the street boys, because I don't know why God just told me, imagine what would happen if your parents died, you're at an early age, or you didn't have parents, or they threw you out. It's like being lost out there in a world with no one to help you and to guide you. So I don't know why God brought that analogy. Like, look at these children. Wow, I hope you really enjoyed the conversation that we've just engaged in with Dorcas. For me, it's been really powerful, really deep, and it's a season of reflection. So that was part one of just talking about all things about church and about serving the country, serving the nation, serving in family, serving in marriage. And I hope you really enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching Just Angie. Bye.